Let's see. Japan is being forced to censor anime and manga. Oh boy. Blackolin.
Japan is being forced to censor manga and anime? It's time for the latest news out of Japan. If you were to ask a dedicated fan of anime and manga, what is a word worse than death? They'd give you a quick and simple answer. Censorship. Adult content is a huge part of Japanese entertainment culture, especially when it comes down to drawn or animated media like anime and manga. Whether it comes in the form of extreme violence, mild and comedic displays of nudity, or full-blown R-rated scenery, adult content is something that's naturally ingrained into Japanese media. But unfortunately, not every country which anime and manga are distributed to supports these spicy editions, and as such,
What do you mean spicy editions? Like, all the stuff that was described and shown are like normal shit, man. It's not even special or like super out of pocket.
there have been several cases where anime and manga have been censored to suit the ideologies of several countries. For example, the Mitsuri bat scene in Demon Slayer where her bare back and chest were shown was censored in the Chinese version, as she was seen wearing a towel in that scene. Fans didn't pay much mind to it and instead found some of these cases funny, such as when the Malaysian version of Attack on Titan had the Titans, which were normally bare-skinned, wearing tight pants. Little did they know that things would eventually blow up in an aggravating way. During the final days of October, the United Nations pitched the idea of censoring or even banning anime and manga based on the idea that these forms of media were promoting gender stereotypes and violence towards women and children. Many fans voiced their discomfort with that development, claiming it was wrong on so many.
Oh, not this shit again. Like, dude, if you're gonna say that we're promoting violence with anime, then how about we ban books? How about we ban movies? How about we ban everything? Like, how about we just, you know, put blindfolds on our kids until they're adults? Let's just ban all entertainment, you know? Ban history too, because, you know, it might cause someone to become violent or incite them in wrong ways.
Many different levels. But things still took a turn for the worse because recently it was discovered that Western credit card companies such as Visa and MasterCard are now dissociating themselves from anime and manga sites in an attempt to force them to censor their content. Ken Akamatsu, the creator of Love Hina, was unfortunately a victim of this, as his manga site Manga Z was forced to shut down due to these credit card companies pulling away. In his official statement on Twitter, he said, the website Manga Library Z, formerly known as J-Komi, which I founded 14 years ago, had decided to cease operations on November 26th. Although I have already stepped down from management, I'm writing this announcement on behalf of the team. About Manga Library Z. Manga Library Z is an ad-supported platform that provides out-of-print manga as free digital content, generating ad revenue to compensate creators. Server and operational costs were mainly covered by fees from premium members. Reasons for the shutdown. The immediate cause of the suspension is that our payment processor has notified us that they are terminating all payment services beyond credit card payments, which includes other methods. Suddenly, all credit card providers, including JCB, became unusable, and other payment options, except for BidCash, were also rendered non-functional. On top of that, even payments for past months were withheld, so we were unable to cover server costs due to the lack of incoming premium member fees. After careful consideration, the Manga Library Z team determined that running the site solely on BidCash revenue was unsustainable. Even if a new payment processor was found, similar issues could arise again, and selectively removing content to stay operational was undesirable. Thus, we reached the decision to suspend the site. We apologize for the suddenness of the situation and for yielding to the control of the payment provider, which left us with little time to respond. However, through this experience, we have gained insights on the grounds for declaring payment service suspensions, the severity and duration of associated penalties, and potential countermeasures. In the past, for example, Love Hina was banned and later reinstated in Apple's ebook app, a situation that became a valuable case in protecting freedom of expression. We continue to refer to these kinds of special cases in discussions about protecting free expression. Recently, stricter conditions and penalties have emerged from payment service providers, posing a growing threat to not only ebooks but to the Japanese content industry as a whole. We intend to develop more accurate countermeasures as a platform that has been directly affected. We appreciate your support in this endeavor. So, there's a lot to unpack in this message.
Yeah, that's a lot to unpack in that message, you're right. Like, it's really awkward and weird, honestly, to have shit like this because it's not, in my opinion, it's not good to force a certain belief and a way of thinking and to say that someone cannot do something different because, oh no, they're gonna do it in real life. How about we cancel Hannibal, the TV show, because it might inspire cannibals? Like, make it make sense, man. How about we cancel Dexter? We might have a vigilante on our hands, guys. How about we cancel, I don't know, all the Superman stuff, all the hero stuff, all the comics. Yeah, cancel Breaking Bad, you know? Said Morningstar, thank you so much for 10 gifted subs. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll do the card drawing after the video. I appreciate it. Shut it all down. It's really biased. It's very biased and it's very bad in general. This type of like, you can't like hit a girl in an anime because that's discriminating. Wow.
But the main point is that his manga site is being forced to shut down based on their inability to make money. And the cause of that is, of course, the fact that the Western credit card companies they were aligned with chose to step away from them. This is a very terrible situation, and anime fans are absolutely furious about.
I mean, let's be real. The reason they're doing it is because, like, they have their own allegiances and their own protection. You know, like, it's not like they're doing it because of censorship. They're doing it for money and business. And for, like, the fact that they're in bed with other people who don't want the money going somewhere. Like,
of this incident, a fan said, "Bad take from US-based card companies. Trying to force an entire country to censor a major part of their cultural identity will just force Japan to seek a possible home-sourced card company, which will lead to other non-Japanese sites to utilize them as well to avoid censorship. What's worse is that the censorship they're trying to influence into effect isn't the normal one we're familiar with, where only the versions of anime and manga for specific countries are altered. What these people want is for these products to be censored right at the source, meaning even the original versions of anime and manga being distributed in Japan would be heavily censored. This is a huge slap in the face, not only to the whole freedom of expression privilege for creators, but also Japanese culture in general. These card companies have done this before with platforms like Pixiv and DL Site, removing themselves from those sites until certain content which they deem is inappropriate is removed. Some fans are even trying to make light of the situation by claiming that the world is now similar to Shimoneta, an anime world where all forms of adult things were banned. Credit card companies actually hold a lot of power because they monopolize the use of online.
Yes, freedom. Yes, we do like our freedom. That's an illusion. Ah, man. Like, this is fucked up, honestly. Because at this point, right, the people that will not agree to it will want alternative options because they're also fed up and sick with that. Because again, like, not only it's one thing to say In my country, you can't show that because cultural reasons, right? Because of our belief or whatever. Like, it has to be a certain way in our country. And it's another to go to a country and be like, excuse me, you need to change your culture to fit us in the West because we're the center of the earth, you know? And, well, we control the media and market and we have the money, so you want our money? Conform. Get on your knees and beg you worm. It's like so fucked up on so many levels, man. It's so controlling and so manipulative and so conceited and so like just center of the world behavior and mentality that has to stop. It's affecting so many cultures across the planet where people are like looking at it and going like, what the heck is happening? And all because what? They have to have identity politics and everything. They have to make it all about gender and everything. Fuck off with that shit. Like, just fuck off. Keep it in your country. Better yet, keep it in your fucking pants. Just shut up about it. Just go back. Go back to your own country. No one cares. We just want to watch our anime in peace. Corrupting and tainting everything in the name of, like, justice. Ugh.
Online and card-based transactions. So basically, if you wish to make a payment to any sites, including anime and manga sites, it most often has to go through them, which is why a situation like this, where they pull away from a company, would mean that the company has no way of making any money. And thus, the company is forced to shut down, all based on an unfair imposition of Western ideologies on Japanese media. Some fans are going as far as saying that Japan should stop distributing anime and manga to the West entirely, since
I mean, I know this is radical, but honestly, yes, they should. They should just go, you know what? You don't want our shit? Fine. Bye. You don't want our shit? Bye. People will come to us for our shit. They kind of like, they're on this high horse, man. They're on this high horse where they think that they can do whatever the fuck they want and they can change everything and everyone around them because they're the center of the world. I'm sorry, but as a person that did purchase some books, some figurines and stuff like that, I'm willing to send them cash. I'm willing to send them cash directly and not work with the payment providers. Yeah. It's convenient to be able to just do one click and get everything that I want and buy it. At the same time, I'm like, rather than stooping to the censorship level, I would much rather just stick it up to them, show them the middle finger.
they're the ones always pushing for censorship. Japan needs to give a big middle finger to the West and completely disconnect from it. These were the words of a fan who was rightfully annoyed by the situation. Some are calling out influential figures like Elon Musk to do something about the situation, given the fact that he openly admitted to being a huge fan of anime and gaming. Fans think that Musk will eventually start his own card companies and payment platforms that would eventually crush the ones currently monopolizing the business. Some others feel that crypto should become the premier means.
I'm shocked that people are going to Musk to do stuff. I'm just like, really, guys? That's your solution? Go to Musk and ask him for help?
Of payments, putting the current card companies out of business, and they believe the outcome of the recently concluded US elections could make that dream a reality. Interestingly, apparently, Brazil used a system called Pix that bypasses cards and bank limitations. if more countries copied this method, those payment processing holders would have zero power across the globe and would be forced to compete with quality of service instead. Well, these proposed solutions do seem appealing, but it would take a lot of different things to come into place for them to actually work out. Taking notice of this, fans have decided to focus on
People forget that Musk is a PayPal founder. He has his own payment processing platform that everyone hates. Oh, it's great. Yeah. I don't know why people go to Musk and expect solutions. And also, I don't understand this whole thing where people are like, I am so powerless about it. I wish someone else would do something. I'm a hopeless little kid that needs daddy to come in and save me. It's like, bruh, like, if people would just stop, and think and Google and also do their homework and realize also how much power they would have if they would just stop begging other people to do stuff for them and actually man up, put on those big boy pants. Regardless of gender, by the way, like woman or man. Just fucking man up and do something about it yourself. I like, why do you expect someone else to fix the injustice in the world? That's just being lazy. That's just being like, oh, you know, I wish I could do something. Holding a sign up going like, help, while conforming to the situation. It reminds me of the whole gaming scenario where everyone was like, I hate early access in games. I hate early bird payments. I wish they didn't exist. Cha-ching! I'm starting the game 4 days early, guys. Ah! Okay. So you wish something was different and they wouldn't do it. But instead, you just play into their hands and give in while complaining about it, resulting in not doing anything. Nice. If you do that about anime too, yeah, we're gonna see so much change. Like how in Crunchyroll has monopoly now on stuff, and how you are not being served certain things, and how you don't have access to things on a global scale. Yes, yeah. Let's just all kumbaya, happily ever after, just sit there and do nothing. Crunchyroll is terrible. It's absolutely ass. Like, I think I'd rather walk on hot stones than watch Crunchyroll. In my country especially. Like, I can't find shows that I want. Their database is shit. They only keep the most popular mainstream stuff. They are expensive and they keep raising their prices. Heck nah, man. I would rather keep sailing the seas, you know?
looking for ways to fight back and punish the card companies directly. Many have suggested starting a war with America or even orchestrating a cyber attack against these card companies. This is why I want the entire Western entertainment industry gone, wiped clean from the world.
That's a tiny bit extreme. Like, it doesn't need to be gone. Like, that's not the way to solve it either, right? Because that's what they're trying to do to that's what they're trying to do to Japan. That's what they're trying to do to the East, right? They just want it gone and changed to fit their ideology. You can't become the enemy and do the exact same thing. That's not how you're gonna win. You're just gonna antagonize people and you're gonna have division and camps, and it's really not that hard for people to just coexist. It's like, just stop being extreme. Stop asking for freaking everything to be gone and to comply to what you like. There are things that I don't like. There are animes that I don't like. I don't go ahead and say, like, that show should never have been, should never have existed. I'm just like, it wasn't for me. I don't go reviewing it, shit posting about it, constantly bringing it up, hating and keeping the train rolling, right? Like, no, I just talk about the things that I like instead.
Words of a fan who needs to be convinced that the Western entertainment industry is no sandcastle that could easily be kicked down. This is maybe a little extreme. Many believe that the best course of action would be to avoid buying from them entirely, and so many fans have resolved to only using pirate sites for consuming anime and manga, instead of paying through these companies. Depending on how things play out, this incident could cause a ripple that would affect Japanese culture and how anime is created. For now, we can only hope things go in favor of Japan and the rest of the anime manga fandom. In other news,
I don't know about that because, like, what you gonna do? Stop using your bank account? Especially in the US? Like, yeah. Good luck with that one. Yo ho ho. Yo ho ho is fine and all, with one exception. You're like, don't get me wrong, right? Crunchyroll is not the way to support those either, like the creators, but like the people that are creating it, they're not actually getting any feedback that you do want to consume it like that, and that you do enjoy their content as it is, and that you don't want it censored. They don't know any of that. They don't see any of that. So, it goes like buying merch or buying stuff from Japan directly, right? It would help more, as well as like engaging in uplifting that content while not supporting it on certain platforms. Hmm. I vote for Paws to review interspecies reviewers. You forget, Zeb, but we watched that on Discord. The entire show. We did a watch along for it. It was great. Just saying.